Let me see if this is better. Hi, how you doing? Oh my God, I can't get the lighting right. This is Wayne S. Pierce for the American Liberty Radio Network, AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. I know it's a weird setup. I'm doing some remodeling in the studio, so you see all this behind the scenes here. I got to change all that. So, anywho, something has to change. Something has to change. Now, I tried putting up a Facebook Live video just a second ago, and I just seriously, when I played it back, it looked like crap because there was some interference, some electrical interference, something, I don't know, pixels or, doing something. Let me get a light off my face. There we go. I know I'm in the dark. I'm always in the dark, aren't I? Anyway. Hey, I want to address something. People have, I didn't know how I was going to do this. I didn't know how I was going to address this, but I will address this in this way. And that is, people have posted replies to my posts. Okay. And some are good, some are bad. Okay. Since, so sorry, hit the mic. I want to be real. I want to show you what's behind the scenes here. I'm looking at my computer here in front of me or my screen. I get all sorts of information. I present it to you. I hopefully encourage you to go look this stuff up yourself and investigate it. But that's okay. That's okay if you don't. That's fine. You know. But the replies to my post are number one, it shows me that that people are not serious about educating themselves on things that are really going on. When you look at a recipe in a recipe book and you're trying to bake a cake, you don't sit there and go, I don't, I'll just leave that one out. I'll leave that piece of the recipe out. Man, nobody will notice. Or you'll substitute it for something else. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's bad. You know, you just got to eat the cake to find out. But when people post on my Facebook page, and when they post replies to the things that I post, guess what? I'm not the only one reading it. There's other friends that are reading it. There are other people that are reading it. And guess what? I've had private messages sent to me asking me about certain people's responses. Instead of taking each one of those messages and saying the same thing over and over, I thought about it the last few days. I put it all together, and I thought to myself, okay, here's here's a problem, and I have to face this. Okay, here's a massive problem, and I have to face this. Let me share this first of all. Oh, I'm not. Ooh, I got to stay on the page. So let me share this first of all on Facebook. So I want people to be here. I want people to be in the chat room. I want people to talk to me. I want people to chat with me. Okay. So I'm going to be here for a little while, probably the next 25 minutes or so, but I want to address this. People's responses, number one, show how educated they truly are about what's happening around the world. They also show me something else, and that is they're not really educated enough to really make a statement about what's happening. In other words, not education and not educated in terms of being dumb or stupid or anything. And they're probably pretty smart, for the average person, but they understand only one thing: headlines. With me growing up as I grew up, I read the headline and I read the article. Okay. I did that because I knew that I wasn't just going to get what the headline told me. So I had to read the article. That's like looking at a title of a book and thinking that you know everything there is to know about the book. Well, right now, with that book analogy, people are reading the title of the book, looking at the first chapter, looking at the second chapter, and then flipping all the way to the back to get to the last two chapters. And then they tell me they think they know all about the book. They don't. They don't. The third thing is, is that when they reply in the way that they do to my posts, it shows me, it really shows me a lot. I have to question their integrity, I have to question their character, and I have to question their education. Because now in our world in the 21st century, we don't want long, dissertations about this. We don't want that. The snow degree of insanity. Because literally it is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. I mean, to me, there's no there's no real effort when you just take a piece of something and just say, this is it and this is all I want to believe. This is one of them that I put up on my Facebook page. It's a meme of President Trump looking at his watch from libertyfederation.org. The meme says, "So I signed the executive order that the Dems wanted. So now let's see how long before they call me a dictator for going around Congress." That's the specific one that I've talked about now as an example. There is this idea. There's this idea that people have that they think that no matter what anybody says to them, it's only their opinion. Last time I checked, when there's evidence and documents and stuff presented, it's no longer an opinion, it's fact. Last I checked, 1 + 1 was still 2, unless you take Common Core, then it's purple. But I don't, who am I? There's a lot going on in our world today, and it would pay dearly in rewards to pay attention to what's going on. And I'm not. I am not the type of person that would just discount somebody because they got something wrong. We all get something wrong, don't we? So what is that all about? Because I know that they're smart enough to know what's right. They're smart enough to go through and find those things that make it right. This is something that I've known for many, many years. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm sure people are pretty smart to make the right decisions. But there are some people out there who respond to posts from anybody for any reason whatsoever because they're going to two things. One, they're just going to post a reply because they just want to start an argument. Or number two, they want to trip up that person posting so that they can use their words against them and hold them accountable and all this, but not in a good way. It's more like, you pissed me off and you called me a snowflake and I'm not, and you're this and you. When I'm presenting facts, somebody's going to take that and say, no, that's not the fact. By the way, if you're on your cell phone, you can still see this, by the way. Oh, yeah. Just letting you know. Um, I, excuse me. I, I literally want to say this in the next few minutes I have. When I post something on Facebook, it's not because I'm trying to, oh, hey, here's this, stuff here. No, no, I'm just, seriously, I'm not doing that. All right. I'm posting stuff on Facebook to show you the truth, the facts, the accurate information that I'm finding. And again, even I look at what I'm finding and question it as well. So I'm leaving most of it up to you to check it out. I've checked it out. I go to credible websites like Laura Ingraham or Alex Jones or Michael Savage or Glenn Beck or, I don't agree with all of them. There are certain things and certain degrees of their, dissemination of their information that I don't agree with. And that's fine. But the fact of the matter is that normally they're correct. The stuff that I question because, well, it doesn't make any sense to me. And for anything to make sense, you have to dig through it to get to that jewel of understanding, right? That's what you did in school. I'm assuming. You know, I know people, and I raise my hand in this one. I know people in high school when I was going to high school many moons ago who would just highlight some of the stuff that the teacher was talking about, create their own little narrative, and then write it up in the test or the exam or the quiz or whatever. They would get lower points. They because they didn't look at the whole thing. They didn't read the whole thing and use it in context. They just, they didn't examine the whole thing and research it to give a more fulfilled or a fuller answer. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because of the fact that when people post stuff on Facebook, it's not private. And if you're connected with this friend or that friend or whoever, it's not private. Somebody else can see it. And when you put your stuff on Facebook, do you really want them to know? Do you really want them to know? Because when I put what I put on Facebook, whether it be a meme or an article or something, yeah, I want them to know about it. My point is real simple. Know who your audience is. I say that about me too. Because at that point, when you understand the people that you're talking to or replying to on social media, chances are you're going to get some backlash for it. Chances are you're going to get called out for whatever you think is wrong or whatever you think is right or whatever it is, you're going to get called out for it. So, as my mama told me when I was a young kid, if you're going to talk about something, you better know what you're talking about. And she went one deeper than that. She said, have something to prove what you're saying. Well, I had to translate that as a kid, and then I remembered as I grew up what that was, and I created this whole really a way for me to understand what's going on. And so therefore, everything that I say, I can back up. I've put articles out there. I've said what I've said about those. I've put sources out there, and you're still going to say that it's my opinion? Do you see why I question your character? You know, I got about 14 minutes left, and then I got to get ready for a show tonight. The Wayne S. Pierce Show. I may even go YouTube Live or Facebook Live or something because it's a live show. So the Wayne S. Pierce Show Live. So I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff. Just give you a heads up, probably not too much about politics. I'm going to talk about some other things. Talk about, well, I will talk about the paranormal. So come check it out. You know, it's going to be fun. So anyway, you know what? Let me change that. I'm going to leave here in a couple of minutes because I got a lot of stuff to look into. Plus I got to eat dinner. Okay. Yeah, got to do that. So anyway, folks, if you have any questions, it does not matter. Ask me anything you want. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. It's that simple. Email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. Go to the website at AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. Folks, this is American Liberty Radio Network. Hey, just hang there. Just be around about 7 p.m. Pacific or 10 p.m. Eastern. Because you know what? I'm going to be back on then. Okay. The Wayne S. Pierce Show live right here on American Liberty Radio Network. Check it out, folks, if you would. Thank you. Hey, go to patreon.com/American Liberty Radio, patreon.com/American Liberty Radio. Drop a few bucks into Kitty to help me keep the lights on around here. Okay. Hey, you guys rock, man. You guys totally rock. You guys are awesome. I like hanging out with you guys. I like you guys interacting. No one interacted. I was, I don't, up here on my screen, it shows nobody. And down here in my chat box, it shows nobody. So I don't know if anybody got the link or not. So, anywho, folks, you guys rock. AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com and email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com.